You've got questions. I have answers. No, I don't have all the answers, but I'm sure to say stuff. Hello, folks, and welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show. That show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Excuse me. Be it the topic of the day, current events, personal promotions, it doesn't matter. Chew the fat with your old buddy Jim. That would be me. I am Jim, host of the Video Call-In Show, and I will be here for about the next hour. My job, to listen and learn to and about you. Thanks for joining us, folks. If that sounds like content that is your cup of tea, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. Also, joining the show is real easy. All you've got to do is point your browser to zoom.us. Click on Join a Meeting. Enter that meeting number when it says so, and you will come into my green room, and I will bring you to the show. First come, first serve. And feel free to call in at any time, even if I'm with a guest. And oh, by the way, if you want to support this channel, don't give money to YouTube with ads and super chats. Buy merch. Take some, or have something to hold when you give your hard-earned money. Subscribestar or Patreon, if some of your favorite creators are using Patreon. At least that way, they can get more of the funds and do what they need to continue providing this content. Tonight, I'm inviting everyone to ask me anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be about me. It doesn't have to be about the show. It doesn't have to be about themselves, although it can be. That would be kind of fun. Let's say hello first, before we bring up our first guest. Let's say hello first to some of the folks who have joined us thus far. We've got Emmanuel Goffey. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Easton Music Ministry. Good to see you again, my friend. Not a great gamer. He likes big butts and he cannot lie. I like my chicken that's deep fried. Wendell Live. Welcome to the show, my friend. Susan Hamilton. Good to see you, as always. Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, always good to see you as well. Yeah, I have some answers, Chrissy. Some answers. Patty Broussard, good to see you. Heritage Farm, Texas. Welcome once again to the show. Rojo Droner. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Mike from the Creator Spotlight Show. Always a pleasure to have you here. Jesse Mendez. Welcome. Nightbot, take a hike. Sausages. Yes, like I said, ask me anything. Like, I can't guarantee a correct answer, but I can guarantee an answer. How's that for commitment? All right, let's do this. Remember, line up, folks. You can actually pile on, and I'll bring up just as many of you as I possibly can. I'll hide myself here. And I think I might forego the lower third, only because, I don't know, maybe not.
There we are.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can. Why? Again, it seems like only yesterday.
Oh man, do I have the questions lined out for you? Because you said at the beginning that you have the answers. So I am.
Well, before I give you the answers, let me say hello to Recycle Dude. Good to see you, my friend. American Gold Prospectors. Good to see you as well. Mr. Lodak. We got Ben on Adventures. Bill 56 Bel Air. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right. Having said that, what are you doing over there? We're hearing all kinds of pops and things. That's okay. That's okay.
I was messing with my pop socket. Sorry. I keep forgetting you guys can hear that because I can't. So with my headphones, I can't hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm sorry.
No, I was done. Go ahead. Yeah, it's your show. You you ask me whatever you'd like to ask me.
It's my show. it is my show now, huh?
Well, except just remember, I still have my finger on the button.
Oh, crap. Okay, so see, your first question of all, what is the password to your PayPal? No, I'm kidding.
Well, of course, it's password. No, that would be stupid.
Yes, I got it. All right. So, I don't know if you remember this show the other night where we were talking about the feeling of you forgot your pants and you walk out the door.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh man, I feel like I forgot my pants, but I have my pants. And you were talking about why you have the upshot. So this is a question. all your fans are dying to know. Did you forget your pants before we start the show today?
I did not forget my pants today. In fact, I must prove. I have pants on.
Yay, Jim has a memory.
Oh, but I had to prove it, right?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sure your fans are proud now.
Imagine how uncomfortable that would have been had I forgotten my pants.
That's what I was hoping would happen. It's like, oh crap. Well,
it would have been even more fun had I said I had my pants on, forgotten about it, gotten up and shown everyone. Yeah, you never know where this show is going to go.
That scares me.
I did forget to put my watch on, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's not as bad.
There we go. We're all back to good now.
That's not as bad as it could have been.
No, exactly not. Yes. I mean, no one cares about my naked wrists.
Could have came to a video calling show to your stream tonight dressed like somebody who went to Walmart. That would have been nice.
Well, honestly, I am kind of dressed like somebody who went to Walmart. The shorts I have on have paint all over them because
so mine. I spray painted today. I have it on my, I don't know, it's on my neck, it's on my forehead, it's on my shorts, it's all over me.
Nice. No, I was out with my boys all day today, building workbenches, and you don't wear good clothes when you're going to get with turning wrenches, throwing hammers around, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'd fit right in.
I always wear good clothes. I'm one of those people that go to a workshop. Like I never wear a tuxedo, but I'd go into a workshop with a tuxedo just to destroy it. Well, you know that. I wore a pair of my good shorts today, and I've got a line of spray paint down them now.
Oh, yeah, that
my mom hasn't noticed yet.
The desire to kill an ensemble like a tuxedo is directly proportional to how much you had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Or I should say inversely proportional.
Yeah. Yeah, today we see. I'm surprised I didn't get red spray paint all over me, but see, my friend, he built this toolbox for his 4-wheeler, and I painted it green, and then we built this bike rack, or we didn't build it, we found it in the shed, and decided to turn it into not a bike rack, a bike ramp. Decided to turn it into a bike ramp to run bikes into the shed, and so I spray painted it, and the green is what I got on me, and the red is what I got all over the front porch of the shed.
Nice.
So, and you see, it was dripping down, so it now looks like there was a murder scene on the front porch of that shed.
Even better.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
Well, cardboard is your friend, man, when you're spray painting.
Oh, man, I didn't have any cardboard though, so I was just like, screw it.
I can't say I hadn't been there, but, I'm just here to give advice.
Yeah. It's appreciated.
Not all of it's good.
I need to come here before I do things to get advice, not after I do things.
Well, yeah, there is that step. There's a hierarchy to this process. But hey, you'll take it away and you'll use it next time.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to come in the show to ask me questions. I see Jesse's asked me a question. I don't know unless you come on the show, man. Hey, David, the producer.
That's one way to get people up here.
You like that?
Yeah. I watched that one show. I don't even remember. I guess it was your addiction show. Did anybody even come on
I don't remember if they did. I think, yeah, I actually think, didn't Not a Great Gamer come on that show? I
I'm not
don't
sure.
remember. I don't think I've edited it yet.
I watched the first 30 minutes of it, and there wasn't a single person on there. I was like, what the crap?
Yeah, they did. In fact, I had a couple people on, and oh yeah, I had to talk about addictions for 30 minutes solid, and that's something I haven't had to do since. Oh well, I had one other, but probably since I don't know, December, January. That was brutal.
Yeah, there was nobody on there, I don't think, for like the first 30 minutes because I was watching and I was just like, come on, somebody get on there. I'm tired of hearing Jim ramble.
Imagine how I felt.
Yeah, I mean, I can see, because the thing is that I run out of things to talk about. Surprise! Can you believe that? I run out of things to talk about in my own live streams. Holy crap.
Well, I think you're just totally lying now. There's just absolutely no way.
There's just some stories that I see. I always come up with something to say, but I just don't tell these kind of stories on my own live streams.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not what I do. And
well, you should though. No, I'm serious. The people dig stories, and especially someone who can just tell them without missing a beat. And you seem to do that. Now, what you also do, and I'm just as constructive criticism, is that you tend to ramble like an old guy.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And as soon as
you
can
watch my older videos, my grandma. Oh, I gotta go. I think 1 second. All right, I gotta go. So I will try. I'll come on tomorrow morning. I gotta get off.
All right. Thanks for being here. Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was abrupt. Okay. Let's see. Let's bring up. Whoa, where's my mouse at? There it is. I just asked a question and answered it. Oh, it just never stops. It just never stops. I saw David, producer, come in. How you doing, bud? I also saw Jelly Duck 100. Good to see you, man.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? I don't see your camera yet, but
1 second.
I know you're not shy. I just saw you on Inspired John show just before I popped into this.
Yeah. No, I was just getting set up.
Oh, okay. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm dandy. For some reason, I must be punch drunk or something from all the hard work I did today, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Cool.
Was that the question? Well, thanks for being here, Mike.
Yeah, you got them lined up, so.
Well, there's only one behind you, so we got a bit of time.
Okay. Well, before I ask you a question, I want to let some people know. I know you use Zoom. You like Zoom,
mm-hmm.
But I'm using StreamYard.
Yep.
We got the CEO coming on Saturday night, and I know there's some people in the chat that's been using StreamYard. So if they want to ask them any questions or make suggestions on how to make it better, because they're working with it constantly,
awesome.
They can come on there and ask them, jump on the chat like this and ask them any question you want.
That's great. When did you say tomorrow?
No, Saturday.
Oh, Saturday
at 8 p.m.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for that, Mike. Cool. That's gonna be all. That should be very cool.
Yeah. Cool guy, young guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Jim. What do you hope to get out of YouTube? What are you doing with your channel, like in 3-5 years from now?
Oh man, this is a job interview question. I'd love to be doing this twice a day, honestly, and doing it full time. I'd love to have this as my not my sole source of income, but the central portion of my income. In other words, this is what I do. I make money from other things associated with it. So if I had to answer that, that's where I would want to be, where I wouldn't have to do any other of my skill set work and concentrate solely on this for, mainly my guests, but of course, to be supported by things that surround it. Let me just say that.
That's cool. I mean, you're natural at this, so.
Oh, well, thanks, man. Thanks. I'd never considered myself a natural at this. It's how it is. You know how it is when you're the host. and
Yeah.
all the many. In fact, you're a one man band. You're doing the production. You're talking to the folks. Um, it is a tough gig. It really is. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, then I'm going to do the same thing to you, Mike. I'm going to ask you, where do you hope to be in your YouTube sphere in 3 to 5 years? What do you hope to get out of it?
Probably basically the same thing like you. Just grow. I'd like to do this full time too. It's my wife and I have been self-employed for like 20 years and right around probably within 60 miles of our home. So we're spending a lot of time on the road, and sooner or later, I like to spend more time at home, and I just like connecting with everyone. It's YouTube when we first started. If you're a creator where you just make videos, edit, upload, and then keep doing it over and over, it's a little lonely. And now that this live streaming has started, we're connecting with other people. I mean, it makes the world a little bit smaller.
That's so true. That's so true. The game has literally changed overnight, hasn't it?
It has.
I mean, I don't know how many more folks I see live streaming on my, we'll call it a homepage. It's really kind of the
Yeah.
recommended page. I mean, there's just a ton of us out there doing this sort of thing. Not necessarily the same thing, but a ton of us going
Right.
live. Yeah, it's really shocking, but cool at the same time. The game
Well,
has changed.
yeah, I think the ones who are going to make it, Jim, is like you. You're putting on a show like Sharney. Um, the it's going to be a fun. I think people are using it kind of like a hangout, and you get out there and just talk and chat. But as time goes on, it's people like you and that. I think they're going to be looking more for that.
Well, yeah, and they're as this matures, they're going to be looking to people like you for advice and guidance and that sort of thing. So I think we've both got some pretty good niches here, honestly.
Cool.
um,
What
Go ahead.
what'd be cool is if we do blow up or whatever that we both started. We knew each other from the very beginning.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But see, that's where we part ways, Mike, because I can't wait to forget about all of you.
Right.
I'm so kidding.
Not the
Oh
first time I heard that.
man. From me? Probably. I think I said that before
No,
as a
just
joke.
just in general.
No, how horrible would that actually be, right? To actually say, all I want to do is get so big I don't have to talk to little people. Wouldn't that be awful?
Yeah, yeah. But it's right now I'm really enjoying it because of the one-on-one kind of interaction, and you get to the time we do get to spend with people as it goes on. Like with my hydroponics channel, sometimes when I had it going on Facebook and YouTube, and during the Facebook program I was in, I gained like 100,000 followers like in a couple of months, and all the comments and me just trying to keep up with everyone. And then it was kind of like it was just generic answers and that, and I was losing that one-on-one, and it's so that kind of scares me, to get to that point. So right now I'm really, really enjoying this where I can really talk with people and like set informed connections and really help them a little more than I can see why the big YouTubers, they can't in depth help people. It's just like general answers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I'm really enjoying it right now.
Yeah, and that I get that because you can get so big and have so many being pulled in so many different directions. It would be hard to stay up on all that. And I'm actually working on a plan to avoid that, honestly,
Oh,
because I
cool.
see it coming. And well, that's awfully pretentious. I don't literally see it coming, but I know that it is a possibility. So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do is kind of plan for it and see how I can avoid doing just that. That is forgetting the people that I started out with. All these
Right.
wonderful folks that keep showing up and watching the show and even watching it after it's processed. But I never want to lose touch with individuals. I go to live streams all the time, and I don't know if you do, Mike. And there's like 1,500 or more people in the chat, and the folks who are actually putting on the show paid zero attention to it, and I mean
Yeah.
zero attention to it. And that's one of the things that I so not want to do. So I think planning is key at this point, at this level, actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever put any thought into that now that you're kind of on the people side and not just the put out hydroponics video sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, I think about it a little bit. You're probably better at planning and looking ahead. I'm more of a fly by the seat of your pants kind of guy.
Well, maybe not so much anymore. I might have just planted a seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if it needs hydroponics or just soil, but that's for you to decide, Mike.
Anyway, yeah. Cool.
Oh, we had Billy's iPhone drop off. I wanted to see who that was.
Billy's iPhone.
Yeah, they were in the waiting room, and I thought for sure that I'd seen that before, but I can't remember who to attach it to. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't. All right. Well, cool. But you got somebody else to jump on here?
Well, I guess Studio Geek 32. But if you got more questions for me, Mike, by all means, man, and ask him. I see a whole lot of questions in the chat, and
Yeah,
you guys got to jump on the show to ask.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the one thing, Jim. I don't know if you have. I thought that you do a live show, like you hear people calling. They don't even have to be creators. It's just people calling in.
Anyone.
And they get to be on YouTube, and you think it's like a no-brainer. And like me, I'm giving creators a chance to talk about their channel, where everybody's always saying, "I need help. I need traction. I'm not getting anywhere." And you give them a free place to talk to some people. It might be 10 or 20 people, but each person, you never know what that pans out to. So, like Gary Vee says, one's greater than zero. You thought it'd be like a no-brainer, but sometimes like pulling teeth trying to get people to, talk about what they're doing, explain, so.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And I get that. I mean, because I'm as much a fan as I am a host, right? As I listen to radio talk shows all the time and call-in shows. And I understand that here I am, a total listener, never call in. So I totally get that. But and that has changed almost directly proportional to my my subscriber count or my viewer count, because the more people that come in and see the show, the more of those people will actually have the chutzpah to call in. So and again, I only look for that to get much harder for me to manage, not so much the fans themselves. So yeah, it's like when I had no one as followers, man, I had zero people calling in. That was brutal, by the way. And I don't know if I've said that. If I said that it was brutal, okay. Imagine talking just for an hour. I'm not a talker either. I know people don't believe that after watching some of my shows. But honestly, oh look, in Studio 32 just dropped off. So Mike, it's you and me for a while, bud. Yeah, people wouldn't believe that I'm not much of a talker after listening to my shows, I'm sure. But I'm not. I hate to be on the phone. I'd much rather communicate via text or email. And but something about being on camera and being behind the mic, it just pulls it out of me, I guess. Is that weird?
No, I'm not. Truth be known, I wasn't even supposed to be the host of our show.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm, it's not my forte or whatever. And one big thing with me is self-awareness and knowing, what your strengths are, what other people's strengths are, and and I had someone who was gonna do that. Like you said, you saw the first videos, but things didn't pan out, and it went on for months, and finally I just said, well, hell, we'll just do it. So this isn't what what I was meaning to do either. So I'm just finding my way. But there's some nights that things just start flowing, and you just start talking. I try not to script things, because then you edit yourself and you try to think what the people want to hear, and I just want to speak my truth. So we just pick a topic. And if I stumble around a little, but the things that I say, the things that are coming out of my mouth are just that, that's what I believe.
Totally with you, man. Totally with you. None of my stuff is scripted either. In fact, the short open monologue that I do, which I don't even know if you can call it a monologue, but the quick intro before the intro video,
Right.
I literally come up with that 5 minutes before the show.
Cool.
And again, that's brutal enough for me because I've got to make it interesting. And what I'm trying to do is, of course, help people know that what the show is about and want to come back after the open to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
So I hear you, man. I totally hear you.
Awesome. Hey, Ganna's here. Tell Ganna to come up.
Ganna, how you doing? Do you want to test your connection again? You can ask me questions while we test. I also saw Joseph Grohl. How you doing, bud? Placer Chaser, welcome. Did I miss anybody else? Already keeping up on chat is a weak point of mine, Mike. As you know, I've said it several times on the show. But it's to be expected because I'm supposed to be giving you most of my attention, and it's tough enough to even say you multitask. Well, no, it's easy to say you multitask, but there was a study once out that I read that said you're not multitasking at all. You may have several things going on at once, but you can only concentrate on one of them at any given time. So,
yeah.
So I struggle with that. Art tis fun. How you doing? Squirrel.
Yeah, I do. I do too. One fantastic thing that happened to me was that Sharni, agreed to be like the co-host, and I never even thought of having like two people hosting a show. And my first couple of shows, I was struggling with that because I was trying to answer every question that came up in the chat or say hello to everyone. And so I was going by one comment at a time, and sooner or later I was like 20 minutes behind in the chat. And people are like, they're gone already. What are you answering?
Oh, I know.
But yeah, so I got and Sharni was on the show, was on a panel one night. And my wife watched it too, and she's like, "Who is that?" She goes, "I like that." She knew who was supposed to be working with me before, and she goes, "You need her." And the same, like within the same hour, Sharni was also DMing me saying she had fun and she'd like to come back on.
That's awesome.
It was like serendipity, and after that made things 100 times easier because she can talk a little, I can look at the chat, and work back and forth. So that helps tremendously.
Oh, I can imagine so. And I've thought about it. In fact, I wanted my wife to be my co-host, right here in the beautiful video call-in show studio. But she's a bit camera shy, and although I'm gonna put
it takes three.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that to the test here very soon.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. I've got plans, and and the nice thing is it's a niche. It's not like this where this is its own niche, of course, but I can't narrow down to a subject that's search engine friendly, which makes it really tough. And I've going to optimize the crap out of it around call-in sort of things, but that's a tough nut to crack because not a lot of people are looking for them. Most people just fall into them.
Right.
But this other channel that I'm thinking of starting is definitely niche, and I'll be able to really exploit that. And not the best part about that, Mike, is it's going to be part of my everyday life. And all I have to do is add camera and some cheese, and I'm good to go. Add camera and cheese.
That's awesome. That's what people don't realize, that if that's something you're already doing, and like I said, and you just go, instead of people think, "Oh, I'm going to start a channel," and then they go, "Well, I don't know what my niche should be or what I should do." If you started with a purpose, 100 times easier.
Oh yeah, it goes back to that old adage. Find something that you love to do and can make money at it, and you'll never work another day in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So is it going to be like top secret?
It is top secret for now. Yeah. Because I don't want to announce it and then not do it. Let's say that something happens and I decide not to actually do it. And what could very well happen is something like this channel would just kaboom, and I wouldn't have time for it, or something like that, or my workload gets to a point where I don't have time for it. I wouldn't want to tease anybody with that, and then all of a sudden watch it drop off.
Yeah.
So I'm building to it. I'm actually building some things behind the scenes. Don't have any problem, obviously, going in front of the camera and actually filming the content that I want to film, but I want to have all my ducks in a row, with branding and whatnot. And it's finding the time to do it. You know how that is.
Oh yeah. That's I don't know what you think about this too, because I know you were in like IT and you worked with SEO and that for
Hmm.
years.
Yep, digital marketing.
But yeah, if you do like if you start your other channel and it's niche down, like this one's kind of you've got a niche, but it's kind of random too.
Yeah.
But if you have something that's really niche, and like I said, if you came on here, you just announce it like every night, like, hey, go check out this channel. If you have like random people going over there, to me, I hate when random people show up like my hydroponics channel. I never even tell people about it. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, because it's just my wife. Yeah, art is fun. She's telling me my volume was low.
Oh, she's watching the show.
Yeah,
Hi.
she's art is fun. That's my wife.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hi, Artist Fun. Mrs. Van Doozy.
Yeah, but like on the hydroponics channel,
Uh-huh.
like I said, if there's people who come in, like YouTube will take like your interest. Like if you watch something, they'll look at your interest, what you watch, what you spend time watching, and what people that are like you or people that you follow, what they watch and stuff like that, and it builds an audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what it does is it tries to build a lookalike audience because it says if these people like your content, maybe these people will, so that to put it in front of. But then when you have a bunch of random people with all kinds of looking at different things, you're kind of confused. They can't really build that, or that's why it takes so long. And some people are like, the videos aren't getting any traction on their channel, and they're going around everywhere just asking anybody to go to the channel instead of like people who are niched down and that whether people know it or not, YouTube keeps track, Google and everybody, and this keeps track of like where you've been, what you watch.
Oh yeah.
And this is all data, and basically they're running YouTube. It might run at a loss too, but the data that they get from that is like worth friggin' you can't even imagine the amount of money that it's worth. It's just the data that they get off of it.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah.
Because it's demographic and usage data that you can use in so many ways. In fact, there is actually quite a reason to be concerned about that. All that data in one location,
Yeah.
because that is life happening real time. That is literally being able to track all of your online usage and know exactly more about you than most of your friends, family, and neighbors. Yeah, that could be used for nefarious purposes, honestly.
Yep. I'm gonna get too deep with people in the chat get bored with that kind of talk.
Well, they've all got questions in the chat, and not one of them are coming up to ask them.
No one's in the chat. No one's in the waiting room yet.
Nobody's in the waiting room now. We had. I bet Studio Geek has school tomorrow, and can only hang out for the first portion. But yeah, they dropped off.
Well, what do we got? Gamer, Wendell, get up
there.
Wendell.
Yep, Wendell. Ghana can come back up if she wants to test her connection. I mean, this is an open forum right here.
Yeah, if your connection's not working out right or whatever, it's not. This isn't. It's like my show. It's not perfect, but you can get get on up here and have fun.
I know what you guys are doing. You're not coming up, so I'm forced to answer the questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Easton, I'll answer your question. Yeah, if you have time, you can rejoin for sure.
Yeah.
There are some more people in here I should be saying hello to, I bet. Did I say hello to Ben on Adventures? How you doing, Ben? It looks like Not a Great Gamer is going to pop in as well. So
cool. Yeah, Ben's got questions. So Ben asked something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Ben
it's
and
cool.
I,
I'm enjoying what we're doing. So
Ben and I had a great offline Zoom conference. Talked about audio and video equipment. It was very
oh, did you?
productive. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I've known Ben about 3 years.
Have you?
Hmm.
I wonder what his total is now and his quest to Australia.
I don't know. He was. I mean, he just started his first day. Was like over halfway there. So
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how much he needed. Stacy Morgan, how you doing, bud? How you doing, bud? Yeah, I wonder how much he needed. Because
yeah,
I have to imagine that. Well, is it one way or two ways? Is he going to live over there? Do you know anything more
well,
than I do?
yeah, we're trying to get rid of him. So I'm shooting him a couple bucks if he leaves the country.
Somebody offered 20, man. You got to up it.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but like you said, he doesn't know. But I wonder if you're thinking about just a plane trip out there where you're going to stay, but how long you stay and all your meals. I mean, I don't know what prices are like out there in Australia, but all that stuff can add up really fast.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I just wonder what a plane ticket is out there nowadays.
Yeah. What is that going to be like 18-hour flight or something or
Oh geez,
longer?
I don't know. But I bet it's over 14 hours. I think it was 12 to Amsterdam for us from Chicago. And yeah, so yeah, it'd have to be close to 18 hours. I bet you're right. Come on, Ben.
Wow.
I know you've done
Things we
the
do for love.
research. Oh, and we do have Studio Geek back and Wendell as well. Cool.
Right. They're up.
Cool.
Cool. Or you could
Awesome.
do like Gamer, just shove your backpack full of sausage and be set for the next couple of weeks.
I hear if you fill enough balloons with helium, you can actually get off the ground. But you better find the trade winds.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming on, Mike. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem.
thanks
Appreciate it.
thanks for
Always a pleasure.
thanks for the question too, buddy.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right. We'll catch you later.
All right, sounds good. Ah, yes. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. All right, Studio Geek. Let's get you up here, bud. Turn on your mic there. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sweet. So what happened, dude? You dropped off.
What?
What happened? You dropped. You were in the green room, and then you dropped off.
I was doing something. I was looking something up, actually.
Oh man, you're not going to test me, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
So I'm actually streaming on Mixer now. Do you know what Mixer is? Like, it's like a streaming platform.
Do I know what mixer you're using?
No.
Audio mixer?
No. So Microsoft makes a streaming software called Mixer.
Oh,
So I'm streaming on there.
okay. Are you liking?
So it's going really great, and I'm getting followers.
Cool.
It's actually easier than Twitch, they say, and it's actually true.
Wonderful.
And I know some people that are switching over from Twitch, and they are getting like 1,000 followers in like a week.
Oh wow, wow.
So I'm making the switch, and I did that. I never streamed on Twitch, but I'm thinking of getting Ecamm. Do you know what that is?
Ecamm?
Yeah.
No, but I'm gonna look it up real fast.
So it's ECAMM, and it's like $12 a month, and it's like vMix by 4Max.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do like the same thing. You can pull up comments. You can do this. You can do that.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of getting that.
What does that run?
What?
What does that run?
Only on Mac.
Oh, only on Mac? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
which is why it's a good option for you because vMix is not. I don't think vMix is Mac compatible just yet.
No.
A lot of people are using it on an emulator.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I
Okay.
was thinking of that, but
Oh, cool. I'm happy to hear you found something, dude.
so my question is, when did you last do your like big production live? Like, do like a big production? Because that's one of the reasons you have vMix.
Oh, the last time. Well, big production.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to say it was May of this year. Mm-hmm.
So you mostly use vMix for video calling show.
Well, I do now, but I've been using it for about 3 years.
3 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which version?
Oh, it's
4K.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you pulling out the 4K yet?
Because I don't have 4K cameras.
Smart
Yet.
cookie.
They are in the works, but see, the problem with 4K cameras is that the bandwidth requirements are a bit much just yet, right?
Yeah.
When bandwidth increases, I will certainly go down that road. That's why I was unbelievably happy to have the two HD PTZ cameras that I have right now. If I go to 4K, I lose my PTZ without going, an extraordinary amount of money to get PTZ 4K cameras.
Yeah.
And aren't I pretty enough in HD?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
What software did you run before?
Before that?
Yeah, vMix.
I didn't live stream before vMix. Don't be surprised.
Wow. Who taught you OBS?
Nobody. I taught myself OBS.
And that was before vMix or
no during. I was helping someone else. Actually, two different people trying to use OBS. So I thought, well, I'll just open it up, learn it, and teach them how to use it. Because I get the basic principles. It wasn't that difficult to figure out how closely it works to any production software. Yeah. So it was relatively easy for me to learn.
So, question.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard the YouTube channel Live Streaming Pros?
Sure I have.
David and Loria?
Yep. Sure have. I've been in many of their streams.
Yeah. Do you know that they stream on Mixer now?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Interesting. I haven't been to one of their shows in several months, though. That's probably why.
But, so they're live on Mixer, not now, but I had an idea because they both have, different computers. They have Mac and PCs.
Mm-hmm.
And they recommend Ecamm for Mac and vMix for PC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so they are actually running a 3-computer setup. One on vMix that is controlling it, and then one is for a computer that is just running OBS through NDI.
Okay.
To stream, stream the whole stream to Mixer.
Sure.
Because there's a feature in Mixer that you can actually have that it's real time.
Mm.
So, the servers are really fast. So if I said hello, 2 seconds later, it says hello.
Right, right.
So that's pretty cool. So
it is cool. That is cool.
So I was thinking, I have multiple Mac computers, and sometimes Mac. So I have an iMac there, and I have my MacBook Pro. And the iMac, if I try running OBS, it's 2010 iMac that is
has 20 gigabytes of RAM, a Core i5, so it's a pretty decent machine.
Sure.
But OBS kills the machine actually.
Oh, probably a video card issue. Remember we talked about that? Video cards are the live stream bottleneck and even video editing bottleneck.
I mean, I think it's an older card or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it can run OBS for 50 minutes, but it gets a little slow, and then the CPU kicks in. That's the only problem.
Sure.
That's why I want to switch to eCam. And it's only $12 a month.
Cool.
So I'm thinking of having my main Mac run an eCam, and then plus I can have one of the older machines run NDI from OBS. So, or I could do that different around, because I'm thinking of doing IRL.
Sammy, is there a question at the end of this for me?
Yes.
Well, can we get to it? Because I have 3 guests waiting,
okay.
and I'm only going to take 3 guests before the end of the show. So
my question is,
sure, bud.
Will you ever switch to another streaming service like Mixer or Twitch? Because I feel like that's more of your community.
Well, I can actually in vMix I can stream to 3 different sources at once.
Yes.
And I have actually streamed to Twitch simulcast with YouTube. And I've also done a simulcast to Facebook, the Video Call-In Show Facebook page, and YouTube at the same time. Problem is that is a bandwidth hog. And what happens is I start getting glitches, and I stopped doing that because of that. But to answer your question, yes. Right now I'm looking at changing my my internet provider to get higher bandwidth.
What's your provider?
Right now it's Xfinity. And
everyone hates Xfinity.
Well, I hate Xfinity, and I hate.
Why do you have it?
Well, because you're limited to a certain point.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily in a large city limit area, so you're limited to your choices. Yeah. And Xfinity, and what's the other one? Oh shoot, there's Comcast and AT&T, but we've had them both, and we've not been happy with either one of them. But there are some new ones coming in that we're going to give a shot and see how that goes. Verizon doesn't have any in my area just yet. I mean, I suppose I get a hotspot on my phone, but I know that's not going to be good enough. Are you still there? Dude, did we lose you? See what I mean? All right, Sammy. We'll catch you later, bud. I think we literally lost you. I'll put you back in the waiting room. And we'll bring up Wendell. How you doing, Wendell? Oh, got to get that that microphone hooked up there. By the way, Inspired John, how you doing? That was interesting watching your game show, Inspired John. That was kind of cool. Happy eating. Aloha to you, my friend. Who else is in that I have not been able to say hello to yet? Wendell, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I sure can. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm going to try to help you stay on point here.
Oh, cool.
So, Jim, tell me a little bit. Obviously, I'm into the music thing. So tell me about your music past. I mean, I have a feeling with the drums in the background or something, you've been in a number of bands and did the, band thing.
I have, as a matter of fact. I'll try to condense this as much as I can. I've always been interested in music. I started, just like every other drummer, on pots and pans on mom's kitchen floor. And every song I listen to, I hone in on the percussion. Every song, you know how it is. Whenever you fall in love with an instrument, you just hone in on it. You listen to it. You can separate it in your mind. I ended up buying a drum kit, my first drum kit. My brother actually started playing before I did. And I finally bought one. I want to say it was in 1980. And no, it was 81 because it was right when MTV came out and they were actually playing music video. And I set this thing up with the television in front of me, and I would play to all the songs that came on MTV most of them I've heard several times. Some of them were new. Well, life got in the way, and I ended up selling my beloved Ludwig kit. It was a classic 70s Ludwig kit with Zildjian cymbals. I loved that thing, gloss black.
Mm.
And like I said, life got in the way. So I walked away from it for, I don't know, 20, 25 years. When I had my boy, he was, let's see, just started high school or whatnot, but he and his friends started playing instruments. He picked up the guitar at first and didn't really have an affinity for that. And he thought, well, I've always wanted to play the drums as well. So we went drum shopping. And all that meant was now I got time and money that I didn't have before. I ended up buying my set of kit of drums, and it just exploded from there. I hooked up with the same guys I was playing with that old Ludwig set, who are all childhood friends of mine. And, we all went to high school and grade school together. And they were still playing. So, but they didn't have a band at the time. So we actually built a studio in one of his garages. And this is probably 2008. And he had an old Pearl set that I left over there. And then of course we finally got a band together in 2009. We played our first gig out as a rock cover band. I'm sorry. Playing anything from, the late 50s to then today, that sort of thing. Since then, I've had two or three other bands. One was an Irish rock band where we took all of the Irish rock ditties, like remember Tin Lizzy put together Whiskey. Oh shoot, no, I've forgotten what it is. Whiskey in the Jar.
Okay, yeah.
You know how that was rocked up? Well, we did that version of Whiskey in the Jar, which is actually just an old Irish field tune, or bar ditty. But there are a lot of other bands who've done the same thing, and we rocked up all of these old Irish songs. I was in an 80s revival band where we did a whole lot of 80s stuff that wasn't
big hair bands.
Well, actually, it wasn't even that. Think Devo and NXS and yeah. Simple Minds, that sort of 80s music. Pop, if you will. And then an island music band where we played nothing but those kind of songs that you would want to hear when you're going to the beach.
Jimmy Buffett and stuff, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett, a lot of Zach Brown songs and that sort of thing. And
excellent.
And now I'm in yet another band trying to put together a mix of classic rock and contemporary country with those same childhood friends again.
Well, look, my philosophy is you never quit a band because you never know when you're going to get back together with somebody. So you just take a hiatus. So
Yes.
You never quit a band.
And that is no better illustrated than in the fact that I still own both URLs. I still manage both Facebook and Twitter accounts for both of the classic rock band and the Irish rock band. We never had one for the 80s band or any of the others in the island band. Well, no, that's not true. I still own the island band URL as well. Because it has happened already. The Irish band took a hiatus for 2 or 3 years and then decided to get back together. And I tell you, that was one of the most fun because during St. Patty's Day,
Right.
we would play gigs of anywhere from 500 to 2,000 people.
Oh, wow. That's good.
And there's nothing like that. That's that's sex on stage right there. I love
And
that.
when you have what's the right word? A preset audience, the owner's not asking you to how many people you're going to be bringing in. You got 500 people there. That's good.
Yeah. We were asked to a lot of tent parties because there were not a whole lot of people playing that kind of music, right? And it was total Irish. I mean, total Irish. Steve Earle, Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphy, Gaelic what was it Galaxy? No, Great Big Sea. Yeah, there was just a ton of bands that we emulated. And
That's great.
we put our own spin on it. So that was actually the long version, Wendell. I'm sorry.
No, let me tell you, people love talking about themselves, and so I'm just trying to help you out a little bit here. So,
Oh man, you are opening a can of worms, my friend.
hey, I know you got other people. I just want to say three things here. So,
Sure.
I did I do all types of stuff. We did a little jazz gig the other night, and we asked this friend to sit in, this drummer friend to sit in. I thought I'd share this with you. He shows up with that like American Tourister luggage, and that's his bass drum.
I've seen.
He puts a kick on it, and that was his drum. It worked. So second thing,
I have seen people do that. Those are awesome if they're done right.
The second thing, as I said, you never quit a band. A guy called me the other day, "Hey, Wendell, we're doing something on Sunday. Can you just stop by and do a few tunes?" So, you never know where it's going to happen. And I think you live in Indiana, right? Is that where you are?
Yep.
Yeah, so you probably won't get to New York, but if there's anybody else who lives close to the New York area, the Metropolitan Museum of Art right now has a special exhibit on rock and roll music. It's really cool. It's got all the cool guitars from the rock and roll era. Muddy Waters is there. Jimmy Page's guitars are there. They got the original Moog that caught on fire from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, if you remember that.
Yes.
So if you're in that area, I think that goes till like October or so. But catch that. So
that's a great tip, Wendell. Very cool. So, God, I wish I could see it.
I saw it in April. It's really worth seeing. So
wow.
But Jim, keep on playing. Don't ever stop, man. It's fun being the old guy playing the greatest tunes.
Oh man, and it is such a wonderful thing to do, is it not?
It is.
Making music is beautiful.
I'm if I can finish this up, I'm doing Jump on Monday. I'm going to release Jump. The audio isn't as the best as I want because even David Lee Roth doesn't do this song live anymore. But I'm having fun with it. Who cares? If you guys don't like it, that's the way it goes. I'm loving it.
Well, that's the way to do it, man.
There you go. Jim, hey, great talking with you, and we'll see you soon another night.
Sounds good, Wendell. Thanks for being on, man. We'll talk to you.
You got it, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, he is so right. He is so right. Music, if you've ever played music before, or even thought about it, if you've never played with a group of people who can play, do it. You will never regret it. You don't have to go anywhere with it. When he said you're not going to New York, I kept thinking, yeah, I'm not going to New York. I'm far too old to have, pipe dreams of superstardom. But I do it because it's just such a release. You can forget about life for a while and actually having all the instruments working together in such a way where it just sounds wonderful it's one of the best things on this planet. All right. Having said that, Easton wanted to come back on. I think he got clearance to do that. Let's bring him back up. Can you hear me, bud?
I can't hear you. I was surprised I was able to come back up. See, I'm sorry
well,
if I'm not supposed to do this.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. I've got Not a Great Gamer coming right up after you. So
yeah, I won't.
But
I
knew you
wanted.
Snappy. I knew you wanted to come back up and finish what you started.
So I remember that you left off with "I tend to ramble," which is true.
No, it's not true. Come on.
Oh yes, it is. I know that's what you were saying right before I said I gotta go. So I don't remember what you were gonna say, but.
Oh, do you think you thought I had more to say about that?
I thought you did.
Oh, well, yeah. Actually, I said now I tend to ramble like most old people do.
Yeah.
and you already are just in a certain way. No, I don't mean I don't mean that in a bad way.
You're not gonna offend me. I don't care.
well, I say that in that you may not. I think you're aware of it, but not many people are. So what I say is you tend to ramble, but what you have to do is you have to recognize that and then help yourself get back on track, especially not me so much because, this show isn't about me, but if you're talking on your channel about a specific subject, You got to be cognizant of it and wrap yourself back around to the subject matter at hand. That's all I wanted to say.
Like last night, we're talking about studio equipment, and then we're talking about trash cans.
Oh yeah. But see, that's okay here because I want people to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Yeah.
We need to do a show just about trash cans.
Why not? I told you, trash cans. It'll fly just as well as the addiction one did, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't even. Did anybody join on that studio one either? Because like, here's the deal. I don't mind if you like. You should do that studio tour again. Because I can get on the show and I can have the whole show just you and me talking and rambling and talk about trash cans. So.
Well, I may do that if I get a piece of equipment that I'm really excited about getting, will keep me from having to go to hotkeys on my keyboard. I can't remember what it's called, but it's it's literally a shortcut keypad, and that'll allow me to do my cuts and fades, and even on the deep dive, I can work through that pretty easily. And but right now I gotta remember which key is which, and this will actually have icons on it, which is awesome because then being a visual person that I am, oh look, there's that duck. I just click it instead of having to think about D is where the duck is. Because believe me, it's a lot to consider. I bet I have 15 hotkeys that I use at any given moment, and I'm trying to make it so I can pay attention more to this and this and less to this. You know what I mean? So that was me rambling.
Yeah.
So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. If any fans of Simpsons will know exactly where that came from.
Oh man, I'm not gonna go there because, like I said, like you said, gotta help yourself when you're rambling. But
yeah. Well, not only that, but it's 11 o'clock, and I did tell Not a Great Gamer that I'd get him on. So
yeah, all right. Well, have a great evening, Jim.
You too, Easton. Thanks for coming back on. See you, bud. All righty. I wanted to say hello to View This. How you doing, Tony? Welcome to the show, man. I didn't see you pop in. Tech for your needs. Hello, Elgato Stream Deck. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Thank you. I think I'm going to get the 15 key one, and it's literally just so I can do some quick. I'm not going to add any sound effects any more than I already do, which I try to keep those to a minimum. But there are a lot of things that I have to go over to vMix and think about which key it is. I have my preview ready. If I have those already set up, then I can literally just glance down, hit that icon, and then kaboomy. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting that very, very soon. I think that would be fun. All right, last but not least, let's get up Not a Great Gamer and see if he's got any questions for me. Oh my, that's actually an awesome look, dude. Can you hear me yet?
Hello. Hello.
Are you going to go into some Lionel Richie?
No.
Is it me you're looking for?
I'm here.
How you doing, man? Oh, you got to warn me.
How are you?
I'm actually doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm all right. And that was my question. Can I go now?
Sure. Thanks for being on, man.
Cheers.
Sausages. We're left with a white screen.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of stuck in this void. I attempted time travel and I have buggered myself sideways. So if anyone could help me how to escape this loop, continuum, I don't know.
That epitomizes purgatory, man. That's how I envision purgatory.
I should have bought my sunglasses because I really can't see nothing.
You ought to be us.
Yeah. Do I look good?
Oh yeah, you look great. It's have you ever seen Papillon with Steve McQueen?
You're asking a lot of questions for someone who should be receiving them.
You're absolutely right.
I'm leaving it at that. You've made it really awkward in here.
I know. And bad host.
Well, this is purgatory because I'm stuck in here and I've got you bloody hassling me. I come in here asking for help.
Purgatory should be nothingness, not me asking you questions.
Well, you are, and they're really annoying,
No,
especially
see,
when I don't know the answers and
you're
have to blank my way out of it.
you're confusing purgatory with hell. That is me asking you questions.
No, I would enjoy them if I knew the answers, but I can't seem smart if I don't know the answers. We need to move on. Ask me a simple question like, I don't know, what's my favorite color?
What's your favorite food?
Again, another question.
You told me to ask you.
Well, if I told you to jump in an oven, would you do such a thing, sir?
No, but
Okay.
asking you a question doesn't involve me dying.
Who said the oven would be on? That's an assumption.
Well, I tend to make assumptions.
Well, let me tell you this: assumptions mess you up because I assumed shit, and now I'm stuck in this void. So, I would,
well, you and I are two peas in a pod, my friend.
You're not in a void. You're in a lovely room in one of the greatest countries on earth.
Enjoying a nice little soft drink.
And I'm stuck in a kitchen that has been filled up with special effects and some great acting. Some great bloody acting. Help! I'm in a box. Right. Well, let's start this off. What do you think of my acting, first of all?
I think it's wonderful.
Cheers. Do you think I have potential income?
It depends. You're gonna have to find your audience.
I don't know. I don't think I can find myself out of this place, let alone an audience.
You might be in a sticky wicket then. Can I say that?
Wicket. Yes, but do you play cricket?
No.
I'd be buggered sideways because I wouldn't even see the wickets in this room right now. It's absolutely. And I just heard a phone go off, so I need to follow that phone sound, and maybe I can ring the Coast Guard or whatever hell's going on.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't turn your flashlight on.
Oh no, actually, Space Force is who I'd need to call. I'm assuming this situation, and since you've got one of them now,
yes,
that would actually be awesome. I've got to ask that. How cool is having a Space Force?
It is more than you know, man. It is everything and times 20.
Like, could you just imagine kissing your wife and kids going, well, I'm just going to the moon, see you later.
Yeah.
Off in my rocket.
Yeah, BRB.
Buttons, all of a sudden you're travelling at light speed and you don't know where the frick you are and you're in a white void. It's all fun and games until you try it. It ain't like the movies. I'll tell you what, I stretched out a lot as well. As literally, I'm about 9 foot long.
Oh, is there
weird.
Something wrong with the gravitational pull over there?
All I'm saying is, for all of you non-believers out there, which is completely non-relevant, we could time travel with gravity. And I have some theories about that, but we're not going to go into that now because I'm in purgatory and I don't want to get bitch slapped by Satan.
That would be a bad day.
It would be an awful day. So look, I know it's gone over the 3 hours and I know you only wanted me on quickly. So let's ask you one final question.
All right.
A deep dive. I'm coming back. That actually really hurt my knees. I'm too old for that, so don't ever expect that again. I actually almost followed through as well.
Oh, man. That would have been awkward.
I would have had some brown in this whiteness. Would have brought some contrast, because I'll tell you what, my eyes are starting to hurt. Anywho, what was being my question? Can you see this potato? You cannot.
No, I can see a vague outline of something, but it could be, as far as I'm concerned, it could be an avocado.
All right, what if I turn my breasticles on?
If you turn your breasticles on? I see those, whatever they are.
Yeah, I know. Just some weird stuff. Anyway, I'm getting out of here because, honestly, God, I need to. This is actually really awkward because you're going to go and sleep in your lovely comfy bed and I'm just going to be wandering through eternity.
Well, look at it this way. The parking's cheap.
There ain't no parking. There ain't no cars. There ain't no sound. The only thing I can hear is your annoying voice, echoing, resonating at 1 billion decibels.
Well, that won't happen for the rest of the evening.
I'll be too busy, comfortable, and sleeping. I'm just going to be At least I can maybe practice my forward rolls. I've always wanted to engage in some gymnastics.
There you go. See?
There we go.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
There's no clouds here. There's not even a floor. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, as usual, it's been awesome. Thanks for letting me waste your time.
Oh, well, you're absolutely welcome. Thanks for wasting my time. You didn't waste my time.
Yeah, it's cool. I am so full of shit. All right, I'll see you later on.
Hey, have a great eternity.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Maybe speed dial God. You know, give her an IOU.
I think he's at 912.
I tell you what, what's really bad is I don't ever feel hunger or dehydration. It's just like never ending.
More silver lining.
I mean, look, I go out this way. Oh, I got down. And I come back that way again. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Anyway, I need to figure this out.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
Same to you, my friend.
It's been riveting. Long live hell. Woo!
Oh, my Lord. What just happened? Is everything okay? Is everyone all right? Is everything all right? All right. So you forced my hand. And if you guys are still in the chat, I'm going to go over these questions really fast. Placer Chaser, if you're still here, the microphone I am using is a CAD. That's CAD, Charlie Alpha Delta 179. That I used to use as my, well, I still do when I play my cocktail kit. I use as an overhead for cymbals. I can't get any of the questions that people didn't tag me with. Chrissy, one of these, if you look at my video on my new set, I go over every one of those items behind me, every single one of them. It's quite boring, but hey, have fun with it. If I see any more questions where I was tagged, ever play any squeeze covers? No. Happy eating, and welcome to the show, by the way. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen of the round table, welcome to the show. I hope you're still here. No, but I have played them myself. I haven't played them live, but I have played two of them, Black Coffee in Bed, and what's the other one of their popular songs? If somebody thinks about it, let me know. But both of them, because he's right in my range, and I love singing. I can't remember what the guy's name is either. Any more questions? Any more questions? Oh, there's the Window Live dropped the link to the exhibit in New York, which is awesome. Make sure you check his channel out for that new video. Okay, any more questions? What is my favorite muscle car? American Gold Prospectors, welcome to the show, by the way, asks, my favorite car. And if you guys want to do this for a bit longer without coming on the show, I would be more than happy to answer those. I'm going to lock the meeting, though. That way, when no more questions flow in, I'll drop off the, maybe I'll go to purgatory. My favorite muscle car, I'm biased. Is my first car, and it's the car I still own, and that is the 70 Mustang. Mine is a 70 Mustang Mach 1, 351 Cleveland, came with a 3-speed from the factory. My father actually ordered it with a 3-speed. I don't know. I've never asked him about that. I should. But he got the 3-speed, which very tall gears, and they're great. What song am I thinking about? It's the other one from Squeeze. Black Coffee in Bed is one of them, but they had a larger hit, and I can't remember what that song is. I've actually shown pictures of that car on here before. Let me, as I'm going through these and just talking about it, maybe I'll see if I can't call that back up. But yeah, that Mustang, it's in the process of being restored. Oh, so Wendell's is 1970 Chevelle or 1970 Camaro. I actually have a picture of my buddy's 1970 Camaro and my Mustang nose to nose back when they were both looking great. Oh, you've got a 70 Charger RT? Wow, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Yeah, let me see if I can find that picture of that car real fast. like I said, I've had it on the show before. I've definitely had it on the show before. And okay, what do we got? I know you missed me. I'll be back on Thursday. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take. I'm not going to take any more time. I'm not going to have any more guests on tonight. Oh, yeah, these aren't great pictures, but these two pictures here are not its current state, but it very it has this. This is when we started to do the second restoration on it. That's the ass end, of course. And here's the front end of it. It was almost 100% stock. The only thing that I had done to it prior to that is and that's only because it was the 70s. We installed a stereo and things like that, which cut out a lot of the original panels, and those are going to be changed. No, his was not a split bumper. It was one of those that made it in. Thank you, Inspired John. That is Calypso Coral Orange. I'm going to retain that color as well. Now, you didn't ask me what my favorite tractor was. I don't know why you didn't ask me what my favorite tractor was. Oh, that's okay, Easton. I was just kidding. But yeah, I want to do this. Why does no one ask me what my favorite tractor is? So, do you guys have any more questions? Because I'll answer them just for a few more minutes if you'd like. If I was the opposite sex for one day, what would I do? I wouldn't leave the house. Oh, people are going to love that answer. There you go, John. I do too, Tech for Your Needs. It is really a striking color. Now, what we're going to do to this car is we're going to resto mod it. I'm not going to do anything to the car that you could not change back to stock with minimal effort. In other words, not going to alter the I'm not going to alter the basic sheet metal form at all, but there will be a lot of modifications inside and out that well, it's going to be lowered. I'm going to change the transmission. It will have a custom exhaust with headers. What's my favorite dog? My favorite dog is by far Labrador Retriever. I've had like, I don't know, 5 of them over the course of my life. Absolutely love. We have 2 now that are still alive. One's at my boy's house. It's his, obviously, but we've got a 5-year-old golden Labrador Retriever, or yellow lab. Love the Labrador Retriever. Yes, absolutely. You can come meet me someday. I've actually met 2 or 3 YouTubers through this show, as a matter of fact. I think that's such a fantastic thing to do. In fact, I think on one live stream, a couple of us were talking about, actually, I believe it was last Sunday, we were talking about putting together something where we could actually have a small convention of our own and just call it the con or something. Yes, it's a numbers matching car. Everything on that car is original. My father ordered that early in 1970, and it was delivered in April of 1970. I got it from him in 77, I believe. That's when I started driving. I drove it for a couple years, maybe 3 years. And then he and I both decided to restore it. He footed the bill, which was really nice. I did a lot. We restored it got it done in 1981 and showed it for a while. In fact, it got 4th place at the Midwest Mustang Nationals, was the Mustang Club of America show that they used to hold every year in the middle of the 500. And we went to that show twice. Once it didn't do much. Well, it didn't do anything in the modified because it wasn't modified enough, but we put it in stock. And even though it got docked for tires and wheels, non factory stereo, so small things like valve covers. I mean, they look for everything on that. It's still placed 4th, which is awesome. Okay, where are we at here? In con, video call in con. That'd be cool. Let's see. Ghana asks, when I go see my family in Indiana someday soon, I'll hit you up and we can get coffee. Absolutely, Ghana. I would love that. I think it'd be fantastic. still waiting to meet Claire from Rent to Grown. She actually hasn't been on around the show for a while. I miss her. Is Echo Swift here? Echo Swift, how you doing? One of my early supporters. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yes, he was my very first merch purchaser, and he bought one of the hoodies and sent me a picture of it. It's awesome. And I just saw that Sharni had bought a mug, which is beautiful, just fantastic. Love you guys, man. Love you guys. I don't know who else. The other folks. Let's see. Being sandwiched between two lives. Video calling convention? I'm there. Cool. We were talking about having it perhaps. Well, we were going to have it at Adam. Crap, your dad makes me watch his house, but he said no. What made me create this channel? Now we've talked. I don't know about famous Echo Swift. No. But Tech for Your Needs asked me, what made you create this channel? Well, I tell you, I've been doing production, sort of, video and audio production since 1989, when I first started working for Channel 4 here in town, and then Channel 59 shortly thereafter. And I learned so much doing broadcast television, in so much that I started having to coach people on how to be on camera. And I've got a lot of clients that have started podcasts, both video and audio. I've got a lot of, I built a studio for actually, one of my former bosses, and that didn't work out so well. But all the talent that came in, I was the consultant, and I always thought I need to try putting myself in front of the camera. And I just decided I thought, what better opportunity do I have but now to do exactly that? Because I was doing all of that production work for so many people. I've got all the equipment to do it. Shoot, let's start a show. So, and I thought, since I'm already facilitating like video podcasts, interview podcasts, where people will actually call into me via Zoom, I will switch the show and have them left, right, or several different guests, and all the audio and video comes through me. I live stream it on whatever platform that they want me to. The idea that I would invite just anyone on came from that, actually. So that's two answers in that question. How long have I been on YouTube? Easton wants to know. One of my YouTube channels dates back to, I want to say 2007, but it was just one of those junk channels where I was just uploading garbage, basically. Didn't fancy myself a creator at all. I just, whenever there was a video, and I did use it for some sales. I used to build snare drums and rebuild and sell snare drums. So what I would do is I would actually do videos of me playing on those and talking about the construction process and how it was. And then I would, link that in my eBay store, and people would buy them. I've sold snare drums to people all over this globe. I mean, it was really amazing. Yeah, I know. I've locked it, Echo. We're already at 11:23. You'll have to come in another night, man. I'm already 23 minutes over, but it seems like there were so many questions people wanted to ask. I'd hang out for a bit more and just answer the questions. Well, I haven't built a snare drum in quite a while, but hello, Angel, how you doing? And don't know if I will. It takes a bit of time. Some are just totally scratch. I order if you look at this drum kit back here, those were all raw acrylic shells. They're seamless acrylic shells, which the Ludwig Vista lights were not seamless. Most of the old acrylic shells were not seamless, and they would literally come apart. Those are seamless acrylic shells that I cut down. I burned I routed the bearing edges in them, and I've drilled all of the lug holes, even the vent hole, and put them together. Oh, and of course the suspension mount, and build an entire kit out of that. And sometimes I would use what I had left over. I've made anything from 12 to 16 inch snare drums before. That is a whole drum. That's just a part of a whole drum kit. That 10-inch that you see there is actually part of my 6-piece acrylic drum kit that's even lit. I want to see if I can show you a picture of that. Where those? Oh, okay, the image is right here, because I'm sure that I've actually had this up on screen as well. You guys will get a kick out of it, I'm sure. See if I can find it here real fast. Oh, maybe not. What the hell did I do with that thing? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to show you that one because that's got the band name in it. But it's actually wired for LED lights as well. I want to find. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this one didn't give it anything away. There we go. Yeah, it's actually wired with LED strip lights, the 50/50 strip lights that I've got all going into one controller box, and I can actually control that via DMX. So it became part of the light show. Okay, what was that? What was that other? Oh, good night, Patty. You take care, hon. Thank you so much. Almond Joy or Mounds? Almond Joy all the way. Two Family Homestead. I have a tech question or two I would like to discuss with you offline. Would you be willing? Absolutely. Two Family Homestead. Absolutely. I've done that for several people, as a matter of fact, and I love giving that sort of advice. Have I missed any other questions here? Let's see. My email address is at the bottom of the head of every show. In fact, I can throw up the normal screen here. You see, there's the email address. It's videocallin@gmail.com. So go ahead and email and we can set up a time and discuss if you'd like to. So not a problem. Why don't I ever tell you the band name? Oh, wait. Echo Swift had a question before that. I see the paddle in the background. How many times you whoop your son with it? 0 times. That's a golf paddle from JB Scotch, and it's one of those, whisper, and the other side I believe says quiet please. So they hold up for the audience for the so that the golfer can have concentration. But great good observation there, man. I didn't think anybody would ever notice that thing back there. Tech for your needs. What camera are you using to stream? I have 2 of the PTZ Optics 12 buys. And I do that because I can actually control them. What I do for a lot of clients, well, I used to before my back just really started giving me problems, is that I would be a one-man show. I would go out with a whole production unit, 2 cameras, 3 cameras actually, but the 2 cameras I'd set up on like either side of a stage, and I'd be able to control them all from one PC to film an entire convention or event or stage show, that sort of thing. So yeah, the PTZ Optics cameras are my go-tos. Let's see. Why don't you ever tell us the band name, Video Callin Show? Good question. I don't mention the band name because the only videos I have of any music out there, because the YouTube video for that particular, no, not that, that picture I just showed you, that was the Irish rock band. That was me and the Irish rock band. But we don't have any videos posted on YouTube about that. The older band, the one that was, around 2009 to 2013, there are videos out there, but they're not that flattering. That's probably the reason I don't tell you. I know too many people that play well, and I'll admit it. I'm a great mimic, but I'm about as good a hack as you'll ever see behind the kit, and I always throw my voice out because I've never taken lessons, and for a year for a half year, yeah, you have, Echo Swift, absolutely, and no one appreciates it more than I do. I really do, Echo Swift. You're a great guy, and I hope to have you back on the show. Well, I tell you offline, not yet, Easton. Not yet. Well, that's true, but I don't have anything to show you what we're truly capable of tech for your needs. That's why I don't tell anybody. We were actually using those back in the day as promotional materials, right? Say, hey, go to our YouTube channel. This is what you'll have when we're in your bar and that sort of thing. And so that was virtually all that was. I think one of them's got 10,000 views on it. And there are a couple people on there, of course, learn to play that sort of, because you're always going to get assholes. All right, guys, it's 11:30. I'm cutting off the questions. But thanks so much for asking them. That's it's flattering that people have that, are that curious about little old me, honestly. So is there a website? Yes, there's a website. There's a website for two of the 4 or 5 bands that I've been in the last 10 years. Not going to tell you where they're at yet. Maybe one of these days I will. Maybe if this latest band works out and we get out and we do some good stuff. I did give you my PayPal password. It's password. What you don't know is what the email address is. Hey guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for participating in this. I may do this a little more often because it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having fun. Let me know in the comments if you think asking me questions is fun, because I had a great time. I don't know. Maybe it's exactly what Mike says. People love to talk about themselves, but who knows? So thanks for all you guys coming up and ask your question. Thanks to you guys in the chat for asking those questions. There were some really good questions. And listen, if you're watching this after a process, if you've got any questions, ask them in the chat or in the comments below. I'll try to answer them as well as I can. I may not be right, but I'll have something to say. And listen, make sure you share the videos as well. But while you're doing that, make sure you're treating others the way you want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a fantastic place. Thanks so much, folks. We'll see you live.